Welcome back to GEC NASCAR. We're out here once again ready to start off a great season, but before that we have a treat for you. It is going to be the MADD charity race, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, that we love to support. A great organization. These guys are about to start gritting up after qualifying. Let's go ahead and kick it off with our, as usual, national anthem. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you in a moment.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you all for being here. It is lovely to be back after our holiday hiatus, breaking into season 8 for GEC NASCAR. But like I said, we have a treat for you tonight. It is going to be the MADD charity race, a lovely event for a lovely organization with a big meaning and a huge cause. Thank you all for your donations, and thank you all to the drivers that are showing up tonight. This is going to be an awesome event here at Daytona in the trucks. As you see, we already are starting to roll on the track. Let's go ahead and go over the grid. Joseph Barrow up front, right next to Menchaca. That is going to be for row 1. Thomas Coonan and Douglas Camp for row 2. It looks like Wesley Lynch and Walter Sahidek for row 3. Conell Bolton and Jessica Childs for row 4. Josh Ryder and Johnny Jones for row 5. Row 6 is going to be Lee Kiernan and Scott Prim. Row 6 is going to be Aaron Martin and Jamie DeVoe. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Row 8 is going to be Josh Laughlin and Shane Cochran. And for row 9 is going to be John Darnell. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are going to be kicking it up to speed here in a moment. Looks like we may already be green flag. We are green flag. Here we go for Daytona's charity MADD race. Already off to a good start. These guys are neck and neck. Looks like just touching those bumpers, so close. Hopefully they can keep it together for a while. Let's go ahead and back the camera out a little bit and see what we got going on. Michael Menchaca in the 32 and the number 408, Douglas Camp, are going to be heading out the pack at the moment, coming around turns 3 and 4. Joseph Barrow and Walter Sahidek side by side. Jessica dipping underneath Sahidek out on that outside, coming back across the finish line. These two are just making a gap for themselves. Amazing start to the race so far. That gap now starting to close up a little bit as Joseph Barrow in the 36 of Thomas Coonan start to get together a little bit. 322 and the 14 making moves down low, passing Wesley Lynch and Walter Sahidek, leaving them out to dry. They're going to need to get a little bit of support from the vehicles behind them to get that outside lane running a little bit. Looks like John Jones is going to be dipping down low, going to abandon that top line. But that 36 and 14 are going to be leading the top line at the moment. Let's see if they can close that gap up a little bit. Oh, 322 almost up into Wesley Lynch there. Able to maintain it, thank goodness. These guys are keeping it straight for the most part. 36 with the 14 right on his bumper, trying to push him up in front of the number 32. It does look like the 36 is able to take the lead for the moment. The number 14 helping him out there. Wesley Lynch jumping, but it looks like the 36 and 14 are going to leave Lynch and Sahidek out on that top line to be able to try to take the lead away. Little squirrely from Menchaca. Barrow dives to the outside in front of Wesley Lynch. See if they can get that outside line running, but it looks like they're just going to get trained all the way to the back. Outside just not able to get the momentum that inside line has had so far. 50 laps out here at Daytona tonight, 74 degrees. .408 dropping back a little bit, losing some of that speed from a checkup coming from behind the 32. Gives the advantage, but 3 wide with the 322 and Walter Sahidek. 322 looking like he's going to drop back down to the bottom lane with Jessica Childs. Number 88 is Shane Cochran, going to be right up behind Walter Sahidek and trying to make that outside line a little bit better. Number 4 and Wesley Lynch still trying to push hard to make that outside line work, but they are starting to fall back to Thomas Cooten, Bolton, and Menchaca. Coonan, Bolton, and Menchaca all getting a pretty good gap on the field at the moment.
Reckon.
These guys are going to have to, and it sounds like we have a wreck on the track. Not 100% sure who the wreck was from. Looks like Mr. Jones is wobbling a little bit right there. Yeah, he's definitely going to have some right front damage on that car. I'm not sure why it did not throw a caution out for him. But he has a lot of damage on the front of that car. He's going to have to bring it in. Let's see if he can get back up. He will get a wave around as long as he's the only one a lap down. He's going to come down into pit lane with a lot of damage on that truck. You do get your 1 fast repair, so he should only be going 1 lap down here. Having to cut through a bunch of pit boxes, not able to control. Lots of damage on the right front of that car. Gets that fixed up. Hopefully he took those tires off. These guys are coming back around now.
You got me, Leanne?
Jones now making his way back out. Looks like Thomas Coonan still up front, leading the pack with Cornell Bolton and Menchaca right behind him. The 408 of Douglas Camp have now caught up.
My apologies.
But the 322 also catching back up of Josh Ryder. Josh Ryder coming in pretty hot down in that bottom lane, trying to catch up to that front pack. That front pack has now dissipated a little bit, losing a little bit of that speed. Hopefully John Jones can get back out there, maybe 2 laps down, but that is still not down and out. He can still make it back up to the lead lap. We'll have to see what happens here late in the race. Ooh, big move. Big move by the 322 of Josh Ryder, jumping to the outside in front of Jessica Childs. Little bit of wiggling going on right there with the 408. Let's see if he can maintain that bottom lane with that front pack. These guys still doing a great job of maintaining the green flag at the moment. Unfortunate for Johnny Jones that the yellow flag did not actually come out. Like I said, he still has a good chance depending on what happens. Everybody gets one fast repair. So I imagine towards the middle or the end of the race, these guys are going to be pushing pretty hard. We may see a couple cautions, and chances are he will get those laps back. But once again, thank you all for being here tonight. Very great cause, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. GEC has been a proud supporter of MADD since its inauguration 3 years ago. Always been a great sponsor for us, and we love to support the group itself. Just an amazing cause, and thank you all for being here for this. Also, big shout out to Jessica Childs and Manchaka for helping put all this together tonight. Wouldn't be able to do this without them. Oh, looks like Childs getting 3 wide right there. They're going to bypass her. She was trying to go to that outside right there, but just wasn't able to make it.
Sorry.
Childs has a pack of cars coming up behind her as well. She got left out to dry right there, unfortunately. Barrow in the number 4 able to keep up. Let's go ahead and ride along with Joseph Barrow and see what he sees. Riding along with Barrow at like 180 miles an hour right now. They're just trying to keep it together for that front pack, trying to run away with this. If they can maintain and continue to do what they're doing, they're definitely going to be able to. It looks like they're now about 3 seconds ahead of the second pack of Josh Ryder, Lynch, Sahidek, and Cochran. And then you got Jamie DeVue. I know I'm saying that wrong, and I do apologize. Josh Laughlin, Lee Kiernan, and Scott Prim. Let's go ahead and jump along with the second pack with Walter Sahidek in that 00 right behind Wesley Lynch. Shane Cochran going to be right behind them. Looks like Ryder, Lynch, and Sahidek are going to be in the second pack. Oh, with Shane Cochran as well. No, yeah, it's going to be Lynch, Sahidek, and Cochran in that second pack. Let's go ahead and go to the third pack with leading off with Josh Laughlin right behind Jamie DeVue.
Getting a little hot, guys.
Johnny Jones and Jessica Childs riding by themselves, unfortunately. That could mean trouble
Hey,
for
Josh, I'm behind you. I can come up
Johnny
behind you
Jones
then.
if they don't get a caution before Jessica goes a lap down. Really unfortunate for both of them. That front pack is just running away with it right now as we jump on board
Okay,
with
lap
Kyle
16.
Bolton.
Yeah, I'm in you, Josh.
Splash and go.
It sounds like drivers are going to start to pit here. Normally we don't hear the in-car audio, but hey. Alright, let's jump back outside. see how it looks. Childs just trying to catch back up, but it looks like that front pack is going to be passing her up for a lap down. She's going to try to get as much momentum behind that pack to see if she can actually catch them. It does look like she's gaining a little bit of speed right there, but they're running about 180. It does look like she might be able to maintain with those guys. If she can, yeah, she's catching back up. Good job by Jessica Childs catching up to that lead pack right there and maintaining momentum enough to stay in this. But that is big problems for Johnny Jones, as he is no longer the lucky dog. He is going to have to wait for 3 cautions to grab that back up. But anything could happen. We're not even halfway through this race. 16 laps into a 50-lap race, ladies and gentlemen. Bolton and Coonan running hard right there, trying not to give up any positions. Menchaca probably just hanging out, waiting for his chance later on. If it's me, I am not making any moves at all. I am waiting to the end of the race, positioning myself. The best spot for me would probably be 3rd, 4th maybe. That way I can get that momentum coming around. But Jessica's sticking with the main pack right here. Good job for her. She is definitely going to be in that lucky dog position. No, I definitely agree. We got Kenneth Gallman in the chat, said loving this race. Love running this race. Hate that I couldn't make it. Such a great cause and awareness. Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. We love being out here with these guys and supporting Mothers Against Drunk Driving. It is an amazing cause. Still riding around with this front pack. Let's go ahead and check out. I believe some of those guys decided to pit. It looks like Lynch and Sahidek decided to pit. Lynch all by himself out there. That's going to cause some problems possibly for him if he can't catch up to a pack or maintain speed. He's only going about 167, where everybody else, he's going 170 and everybody else is going about 180. Oh, a little bit of wiggle right there from Michael Menchaca. Thank you, Mr. Weevil. Appreciate you, buddy, so much. Weevil shouting out everybody. Good luck, guys and girls. Absolutely. Appreciate you being here, Weevil. Looks like the main pack is all separated off. Coonan, Bolton, Menchaca, Camp, Darnell, Barrow, and Ryder. That second pack is going to consist of Deview. I know I'm saying that wrong, and I do apologize. Laughlin, Kiernan, Prim, Martin, and Cochran. Looks like Wesley Lynch has dropped back behind Jessica Childs. I don't know if he was able to maintain that front pack. He is sticking up there behind Jessica. Only 1 lap down right now. I don't know if that early pit is going to help those guys out or not. But Walter is now mixed in with the second pack, I believe. No, he's mixed in with the front. So that puts him in front of Jessica Childs. A lap down. Walter Sahidek now takes the lucky dog position. That second pack definitely doing their thing out there. Led by the 01 of Jamie DeVue. Laughlin, Kiernan, Prim, Martin, and Cochran. Looks like we got another driver, Martin, coming down into pit lane, getting a little squirrely right there, locking up the brakes. Let's see if he can make it in successfully without any black flags. And ladies and gentlemen, that is very hard to come in there by yourself and still maintain on the lead lap. If you come in with 3 or more cars, you're probably going to be
He's just giving
okay.
me a little bit of air up there, fellas and ladies.
These guys still doing a great job, almost halfway through this race, and no
Hey,
yellow
Josh,
flags.
you're blinking pretty bad.
I can fall out here. You ready?
Mr. Laughlin, they say
ahead.
that he is
Well, I'd
blinking.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll fall out the pack since I'm blinking, but
That is going to put Kiernan in a tough spot. Kiernan
I've
trying
got
to
a bit of
maintain that
damage,
speed.
Josh, so I may have to drop behind you.
Kiernan with
Better put you
damage on the
between us,
left.
that way you get the front draft and the back draft.
As we listen to
Good
these
call, thank you.
drivers. Sounds like they're trying to help Kiernan out a little bit. Looks like it jumps us back up to the front of the pack right here. We got that Hoonigan truck dropping back a little bit. I believe. Who is that? Laughlin falling off, cannot keep up with that third or that second pack, unfortunately. Martin back by himself. Lynch is caught back up to the front pack and staying there with Jessica Childs. Johnny Jones now also up there towards the front of the pack. He is the one that was falling back a little bit in that Hoonigan truck. Fortunately, even if he did pass Lynch or Childs, but it looks like Shane Cochran now coming down into the pit lane. He's going to make his way back out. Just really odd that all these guys are pitting individually. It's really going to shake up the field a little bit. Thomas Coonan still out front. Commanding these laps at Daytona here today. Number 19 of John Darnell's hanging out with Douglas Camp in the back of that front pack right there. Michael Menchaca is going to be
Hey, how many
third.
green white checkers is that?
They're asking about green-white checkers. There is only going to be one green-white checkered for this race, ladies and gentlemen. We are halfway finished at Daytona right now with 25 laps to go. Woo, a little bit of a skip right there. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm dropping back to you 27 so we can work together.
Copy that.
Thomas Coonan, a previous GEC champion here, has been leading most of the laps tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at our fastest 5 laps. Josh Ryder with a 49.23 in 6th right now. John Darnell the 3rd, 49.23 as well in 5th. So 6th and 5th are tied for the fastest lap right now. Connell Bolton, he's going to have a 49.28. And then Shane Cochran with a 49.31 and Lee Kiernan with a 49.33. Cochran right now, it looks like in 15th and Kiernan in 10th with Bolton in 2nd. These guys are pretty linear. They're just trying to make it to the end so they can fight for the finish. I'm sure of it. And these guys doing a great job so far with 6 drivers now that are a lap down. Walter Sahidek is going to go ahead and take the lucky dog position away from Jessica Childs. It's going to be Sahidek, Childs,
Y'all want to pit
Cochran,
next time?
Martin,
Not this time,
and
but next
Jones
time by.
all lap down. Jones
10-4.
being 2 laps down, unfortunately. Not looking good for Jones to get those laps back. These guys are maintaining that green flag like it's their job. Sounds like these drivers are going to decide to come into the pits here soon. Let's see if looks like nobody's had any repairs quite yet. Those fast repairs really come in handy out here. Let's check out our biggest gainers of the day. John Darnell III gained 12 spots up in 5th place. Jamie DeVue is going to be in 6th, up 6 spots in 8th. Connell Bolton up 5 spots in 2nd. Josh Laughlin up 4 spots in 11th. And Josh Ryder up 3 spots in 6th place at the moment. Really interested to see how this pit stop is gonna hurt anybody on the field currently that's up front. Alright, looks like the whole front pack is gonna come around again. Another driver, a bunch of drivers coming out. Kiernan, Prim, and Laughlin all coming out of pit lane. Let's go ahead and check these pit stops real quick. It looks like the top 7 drivers, Coonan, Bolton, Menchaca, Camp, Darnell, Ryder, and Barrow, have decided not to pit yet. Whereas in Sahidek, Childs, Lynch, DeVue, Kiernan, Prim, Laughlin, and Cochran all have pitted. DeVue, Kiernan, Prim, Laughlin, and Cochran just now went in as well. Whereas in Childs, Sahidek, Childs, and Lynch went in a few laps ago. Big spread on that pit stop right there. A few drivers decide to stay out. Couple drivers are going sideways into the wall. A little bit of chaos on pit lane. The 14 goes around of Connell Bolton. Let's see how this affects it. Bolton going backwards on pit lane. Bolton having to spin it around a little bit right there. That's really going to affect how they come off of this pit lane. Bolton might get left off by himself. Barrow now out. Bolton. Oh, Barrow goes around. Coming out. Luckily for Bolton, Barrow he goes invisible. That was a crazy pit stop. Douglas Camp now taking the lead. He is going to be, looks like, When did Camp has not pitted yet? Little dangerous not to have pitted already. That's all right. He's out there leading laps in that 408. Let's see how this affects the finish of this race. Only 18 laps to go for the MADD charity race, ladies and gentlemen. Bunch of drivers are a lap down. Sahidic, Lynch, Barrow, DeVue, Kiernan, Prim, Cochran, Martin, Laughlin, Menchaca, Childs, and Jones all a lap down.
When I get to you, I'm going to push you 24.
All righty. I need the help.
That is Shane
I'm
Cochran.
pitting Walter. Walter, 408 is pitting right in front of you. Pitting.
Looks like the 408's finally coming in. I bet he's running out of gas, being the only person that has not pitted yet. Coming in by himself, unfortunately. Like I said, those lonely pit stops, you can't get back up to speed and you have no pack to run with. Could mean trouble for Mr. Douglas Camp. I don't know. Douglas Camp is still marked out in the front right now. See if he can get out before they come around him. And he does. Second place, the number 19 of John Darnell III. Right there with the 36 of Thomas Coonan behind him. No issues with Douglas Camp's pit stop. That definitely could have helped him out a lot. But Camp and it looks like Darnell and Coonan catching up real fast. They're only about 10 seconds behind Douglas Camp. Camp with nobody to run with. He's going to be out there on his own. Interesting. Real interesting. The only people marked a lap down right now are going to be Jessica Childs and Johnny Jones somehow.
I'm running slow back here trying to get this pit.
Laughlin still
Yes, ma'am.
blinking out a little bit. Laughlin dropping behind Menchaca. Camp still maintaining the lead out there. We only got 15 laps to go. Coonan and Darnell are catching him pretty quickly with only 6 seconds behind. That's amazing he was able to keep that lead in front of them like that. Darnell up 15 spots in second place.
You guys don't want to draft it? What's going on? No one drafted me this week, though. It's all good.
A little bit of turmoil on the track right now. People just not wanting to get themselves in a tight spot at the moment. Barrow also out there by himself. Still no yellow flags have came out yet. That is amazing. These drivers are doing an amazing job of just putting on a hell of a show tonight. Camp still out front somehow. Only 4 seconds ahead, but he's still up there. Laughlin now going a lap down. Looks like Menchaca is right there with Douglas Camp. Camp keeping up strictly on Menchaca's back. They also have the 002 of Josh Laughlin right there with him. That's how Laughlin went a lap down. He just barely got passed by the 408. He's sticking right behind him. He might be able to get that lap back if a caution comes out. If he's in front of him, he will not need to be the lucky dog, and that will give Jessica Childs the lucky dog. Laughlin still blinking out a little bit.
Darnell,
right
we
there.
need to start doing the quality line, if you know what that is. Which is on going out of the corner, going to the seam, and then back down in the corners.
10-4.
Darnell, just hold that yellow, brother.
Coonan out there trying to come up with a strategy. Other people trying to deter him from doing so. Douglas Camp now out there dominating this race. Camp with the magical pit stop was able to maintain first place even though coming into the pits on his own. Now that he's got a group, it's going to be really hard for Coonan and Darnell to catch up. Looks like they are a little bit, but barely. They're going to need to do something very drastic in the next 11 laps to be able to catch up to Douglas Camp. Ten laps to go here at Daytona for the MADD charity race. Once again, thank you all for being here. It's been an amazing race so far. 0 caution flags out. These guys are just putting on a show. Number 1 of Wesley Lynch right up there behind Sahidek. Sahidek right there
Hey, Burrow,
behind Conal
you might be a
Bolton.
better pusher than me, so I'm going to let you through.
That's Kiernan talking to Barrow. They're trying to group up right here. Barrow down on his inside. Kiernan letting him take that spot. Getting up behind Jamie DeVue.
Talking, let's go around.
I do not know if Darnell and Coonan are going to have what it takes to get up to the back of the number 408. As long as there's no cautions, they're going to have a lot of trouble getting up there. That is the last thing the number 408 wants to see right now is a caution flag. That will group this pack back up. It looks like John Darnell III and Thomas Coonan are starting to drop back a little bit, actually. Being a two-man group, they're going to have issues if they don't get another driver with them.
So just to make sure you don't get too close to that wall on the outside, because if you get too close, it side drafts you.
As we take a look towards the back, the number 14 of Conal Bolton is going to be leading that second pack up behind Thomas Coonan and Darnell. They're going to be catching them pretty quickly, actually. Bolton, Sahidek, Lynch, Ryder, DeVue, Barrow, and Kiernan all right there. Looks like Jessica Childs is also mixed up into that. Actually, I do not see Barrow and Kiernan. Are they back there?
Darnell, wind's going to go to you, man. I only got 4 laps of fuel, bud. Fuck.
Oh, no. Looks like there may be an issue with the fuel on the number 408. I don't know how. He's been following a car the whole time. And he pitted later than everybody else. If that's the case, let's go ahead and take a look at the pit stops again. Yeah, so Camp... How is that even possible? Camp has less laps on his truck than everybody else from the pit stop. Only taking 2 tires. Darnell, Coonan, Bolton, they all have 12 to 13 laps. There's no way the 408 has less fuel than those guys. Unless we're going to see another green flag pit stop here. That's impossible. I swore he made it a bunch of laps without having to pit. Interesting. Interesting. If I was him, I'm running that truck until it dies. Ain't no way I'm coming in with only 5 to go. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, only 5 laps left here at Daytona for the MADD charity race. Bolton, Sahidek, Lynch, and Ryder now catching up to Coonan and Darnell. That could mean trouble for these guys in the last few laps of this race. And they are losing time on Douglas Camp. Douglas Camp is now 7.4 seconds ahead of both of them, with Menchaca and the 02 of Josh Laughlin. Keep in mind, Laughlin looks like he's only 1 lap down in that lucky dog position at the moment. It's also weird because it shows Wesley Lynch on the lead lap in 5th place. No way. As Douglas Camp comes down into pit lane, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to lose that first position to Darnell. Darnell and Bolton now up front. Oh, the 19 up into the wall. Almost lost it right there. So close for the number 19 and all the cars around him. John Darnell has now lost that front spot. Let's go back and take a look at that. Oh, he gets tapped by the 36 of Bolton right there. Really unfortunate. Bolton now takes the lead with Walter Sahidek right behind him. Wesley Lynch, Thomas Coonan, Josh Ryder, all right there on his back. Bunch of cars grouped up right there. Lynch trying to make that outside work. 14 and 36 pushing hard together. They're going to be old teammates from season 7. Bolton and Coonan. Sahidek in that 00 is not going to give up very easily. Wesley Lynch has got that 322 right behind him of Josh Ryder. Look out, Johnny Jones Jr. coming up in that outside lane trying to get a little bit of momentum. Jessica Childs also in the mix right there behind Walter Sahidek. They're going to be trying to push somebody to the win. Final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. Wesley Lynch gets pinched down into the middle of the 322 of Ryder up high, passing Wesley Lynch. Lynch dropping down to the bottom behind Walter Sahidek. The 14 of Bolton and 36 of Thomas Coonan. Walter Sahidek as well. They're going to be battling it out here. Wesley Lynch still within arm's reach of those guys. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Walter Sahidek to the outside. Isn't able to make it. Dives down low. Cornell Bolton takes the checkered flag here at Daytona for the MADD charity race. Amazing job by those guys. An amazing show by everybody. We'll run down real quick. From one to the last, Bolton, Coonan, Ryder, Lynch, Sahidek, Darnell, DeVue, Barrow, Kiernan, Camp, Prim, Cochran, Martin, Menchaca, Laughlin, Childs, and Jones. We're going to go ahead and kick it off with our driver interviews. We will be right back in a moment. All right, we are back. We don't have our top drivers in here right now, but we do have all the other drivers that are in here. How was the race, guys? Did everybody enjoy themselves?
Heck yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Awesome.
Ran out of gas. I had 2 more laps to go.
I seen it. I seen it. It was incredible. It was incredible. You did a great job. That was an amazing pit stop with only two tires and then maintaining the front. I don't know how you did it, but there was a big mess up in coming into pit lane with a few of the drivers. But man, you guys did an amazing job. Thank you all for coming out and showing your support for a great charity and a great cause. Obviously, thank you to Jessica Childs and thank you to Menchaca for helping put all this together, and you know, everybody that does all the work here at GEC NASCAR.
Thank you as well, Jamie. I appreciate you. Yeah,
absolutely. We enjoy doing this, and this has been one of our favorite causes to support since our inauguration. Obviously, you know,
thanks for everybody else for coming out too. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I thanked them earlier, but I appreciate it as much.
Absolutely. It's well deserved, and you guys all deserve a round of applause. Thank you so much, everybody that showed up tonight, and obviously we look forward to seeing all of you in Season 8 of GEC.
Thanks for broadcasting. Thumbs up, hearts up.
Jamie, thanks for the broadcast, man.
Absolutely,
Appreciate
guys. Absolutely. And thank you.
Keep your head up.
Thank you to all the viewers out there and everybody that supports GEC and MADD. We all appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll see you back here in the start of Season 8 tomorrow in the ARCA series.